It is official, G-Idle have missed for the first time since the start of the Tomboy era. The streak of consecutive albums with a perfect all-kill has been broken after the release of their newest album, I Sway. To their credit, they have made history as the only girl group to have 4 perfect all-kills on consecutive albums. Regardless, their newest album and title track, Claxon, failed to reach the astronomical success that their previous songs have achieved, with Claxon currently sitting below the top 20 on all major charts. Now, personally, I'm not the kind of person to really care about music charts when listening to an album. It's not really something that impacts my enjoyment of it, but with G-Idle, I think it is important to bring up because for the better half of their career, they have exclusively dominated the charts release after release. You have to remember that this success began following what was the group's lowest point, and G-Idle managed to exceed expectations with the release of Tomboy and have continued to increase the quality of the releases every single time. So this begs the question, why did I Sway not hit the mark? I think it boils down to the fact that Klaxon as a title track is not as intuitive as some of their previous releases. The name itself is a bit confusing, especially to like American English speakers, because klaxon is not really a common term used here. The name refers to an electrical horn used for cars, which is why they have the honk honk in the chorus. And I think that in some languages, the word klaxon is still used to refer to horns in modern cars, which is why I think in Korea this might make a lot more sense, but to me it was a little bit confusing and I did have to look it up because I had never heard of this word before. Now, normally this wouldn't be a problem because G-Idle has actually done something like this before with Queen Card. If you recall, Queen Card is a specific term that is used in Korea, but I think the reason why that song worked a lot better was because it was just more catchy than Klaxon is as a whole. G-Idle opted to make Klaxon a fun summer song, and if you look at it from that perspective, it achieves what it sets out to do. It's a big departure from the pop punk and even campy style that we've been used to with them, but perhaps they saw the unpredictable success that Fate had from their second album and chose to follow a similar sound for Klaxon. A lot of the conversations surrounding this song seem to agree that the chorus is a bit too lackluster and repetitive. And it's not the first time that G-Idle has been criticized for their poor songwriting. In fact, Soyeon has been at the forefront of these criticisms due to the way that she writes the English lyrics on some of her raps. To be honest, I do think that she has regressed as a rapper over the years. These days, I would actually prefer her singing voice over her raps. And I think that while at one point she might have been considered the best female rapper in K-pop, I think with a lot of the newcomers, they have almost surpassed her in every single way. Another moment of disappointment that many fans have been expressing is that the marketing for this release has been very minimal and at times it has felt rushed. This is reflected by the fact that the album only has 4 songs, marking this one of G-Idle's shortest projects to date. The members themselves have actually admitted to not having as much time to prepare for this comeback compared to some of their other releases. My theory is that Cube just wanted to force something out ahead of the world tour. They wanted to have a new title track and new songs so that they can be performed at the tour, which is happening very, very soon. But I think most importantly is that Cube probably knows that G-Idle is not going to re-sign their contracts with them at the end of the year, and as a result, they want to push out as much content and make as much money as possible before that happens. The members themselves have made this abundantly clear throughout the last couple of years, so I honestly would be very, very surprised if G-Idle actually stayed with Cube Entertainment. When looking at the B-sides of this album, they definitely have a lot more to offer in terms of quality than Klaxon, but they lack some of the creative production that we have come to expect from G-Idle. It just feels a bit too safe, which is not something that I ever expected to say about this group. Bloom, in my opinion, is the best song on the entire album, and as a bonus, it was written by Minnie. I tend to enjoy a lot of the songs that she has written in the past, so this was not a surprise that it was one of my favorites. If this is truly G-Idle's last album, then I do think that it's quite poetic that the last song on this album is titled Neverland, sort of as an ode to the fandom. To end things on a lighter note, I will say this. G-Idle is definitely one of the most important groups that K-pop has ever seen. Trust me, I know, I listened to their entire discography on stream. It took me 2 streams, but we listened to their entire discography, including all the solo projects, And after all of that, I can't say that I loved everything I heard from them, but the brief moments of pure genius in some of their music has been inspiring to see. It would be sad to see them go like this, so I really hope they can find a way to stay together and release more music, because they have achieved such great success and have pretty much stamped their names in the history books of K-pop. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think about the album and the title track, and what you guys think about the future of (G)I-DLE as a group. But with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.